I was born and raised in Kenya, and I grew up with 16 other siblings in Kenya. And one thing my dad, actually my parents value the most is education. That's one thing they really try to get all the kids to value the most and stay focused and always have a brighter future. So I'll say that's one thing which has been my driving force everywhere I've been going.
So I was brought up in a family of giving back. My grandfather was a fire chief years ago in Trucksville, and then as we all moved out into the rural areas of Wyoming County, we all became involved in our fire company out there. So it's been a culture within my family and within all of the things that I've done so far in life. And then to come to a campus that values community service and giving back to the area around it so much was really important to me as I was picking a college, and then once I got on campus to stay involved in those types of things, both at home and on campus.
Since I was very young, I knew that I wanted to be an attorney. From elementary school onward, I always had a passion for the law. However, it wasn't until college that I truly realized what type of law I wanted to pursue and why I wanted to pursue it. At that point in my life, public interest became a passion for me, and social justice issues became at the forefront of why I wanted to practice law.
I think that over time I started to recognize that there was a different side of myself outside of sports, a side that kind of wanted to grow in intellect and just in spiritual growth as well. A big part of this came on the 2013 King's College Encounters Christ Retreat. That was the first time that I ever really challenged myself and challenged my beliefs and the direction that my life was taking.
I realized that I was really good at mathematics and sciences. And the bottom line of that was problem solving was one of my strengths. The more I lived in my family, I realized there's one problem which maybe a lot of people are facing, and that's just the economical hardship we were going was one of the greatest problems we had. And I think now my urge of learning how to solve problems switched into my the problem we were facing in the family. And I knew one thing was how to manage money.
So it's funny, my parents always said that when I was growing up and I was going through the stages that every kid goes through growing up, you try all sorts of different careers out. So I pretend to be a doctor or a teacher or a fireman even, and it turns out that I started doing fireman stuff anyway, if you will. But I always kept going back to the idea of becoming a physician and being able to help people in that way. And I really love the idea that it provides me an opportunity to take my love for science and my passion for medicine and give it to people that are in need and that don't necessarily know what's happening inside their bodies.
The Cheval Center, where we are now, is a place on campus where we can look at social justice issues beyond our immediate community. The Cheval Center offers various service trips throughout the year during different breaks, fall, winter, and spring. My first surf trip I ever attended was to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania during spring surf. At Pittsburgh, I really got my passion for service and working with urban poverty and homeless populations. Not only has King's College allowed me to travel around the United States, but I've also had the opportunity to study abroad with King's. After my freshman year, I studied abroad in India for 3 weeks. That was probably one of the best experiences I've had at King's College. It allowed me to open up my perspectives to the international community and to understand different cultures and political environments across the world. This semester at King's, I have an independent study with Dr. Margarita Rose on developmental economics, and I'm using my experience from this past winter in Ecuador, as well as my passion for Southern Asia and Nepal, to do research here on campus.
So when I was originally asked to partake in the Encounter Retreat, I was a little nervous because I had never been on a retreat before of any kind. I really didn't know what a retreat was, but I decided just to kind of step out on a limb and go for it and try something new, try something that I've never been a part of before, and it wound up being one of the greatest experiences of my life. So I wanted to come up with a way to bring the retreat to King's on an everyday basis. So with that, Alive and Loud was started. I thought it would be best, along with Father Dan Issing, to find a group of students from campus to confront the student body in a real way, challenging the students' faith, the way that they live their lives, their big picture beliefs. And we thought that the best way to do this was through faith sharing and storytelling.
Once I walk out with a degree of King's College. I walk out with a degree of accounting, but I still walk out feeling that I'm a true keeper of my brothers. Anybody who's next to me, all my neighbors, I see them like a brother. And I shouldn't wait for somebody to take care of my brother, but I should take the first initiative to be able to help my brothers.
I absolutely love the professors in our biology department. They're so approachable, and I can walk into an office door that's open or a lab where a professor's doing work and ask them a question whenever I need help or whenever I just need advice about what medical schools to apply to or how to handle an interview for medical school or anything like that. And to have those resources and to have professors that want us to succeed and are willing to do nearly anything to make it happen is really just an incredible feeling, and it makes you feel like you're in a place where you're going to succeed because you have the team behind you that's going to make it happen.
Looking back on my King's College career, the faculty and staff and administration have done wonderful things for me. But in particular, one student here at King's College, Giancarlo DiLeonardo, was a senior when I was a freshman, really took me under his wing. As a freshman, he told me that I had great potential here at King's to do great things. And as a senior, I realized how much those conversations really had an impact on the things I have done at King's College.
Father Dan Issing has had a huge impact on my life. He has challenged me in so many ways. He's helped me grow in so many ways, and I would not be, by any means, the man that I am today if it weren't for Father Issing. And I think that a lot of people at King's can say that about Father Dan.
I've got into Price Waterhouse because of the same people who are the same intention I do. They left King's College, they loved what they left back in King's College, and they still wanted to maintain it. I had chance to be able to talk to different partners in Price Waterhouse because they were King's alumni, and they would be able to just build that bridge for students from class into their professional. And that's the thanks which I'm really looking to offer.
I am so thankful for the education and values that King's College has taught me over these past 4 years, and for the donors who have made my presidential scholarship possible. I would like to give back to King's in the coming years by carrying those values and that education with me into my future career as an attorney, and by giving back to students in any way possible.
So when I came to King's, I was actually an undecided major. I knew that I wanted to go down the business track, but I didn't quite know where. So after taking a couple courses in the business school and speaking with some teachers, I started to realize that I wanted to be a finance and economics major and enter the corporate world in some way. And thankfully, through career planning, I was able to find a great job at Campbell's Soup. At this year's MSB Forum, I was lucky enough to be paired with Mr. Jim Schneider, member of the board of directors. He was my mentor at the forum, and he taught me a lot, and we spoke a lot about what it means to be successful in the business world, but most importantly, to be a successful Catholic. I frequently am in contact with Mr. Schneider about navigating my career and navigating the next phase of my life. And I am so thankful to have an alumni here at King's that is really looking out for me and really wants the best for me.
So I'm really excited about the fact that I get to pay it forward after I leave King's in May. I get to pay it forward to the school. I get to show other people and say, hey, I'm a King's alumnus and I'm proud of it. I get to tell them what transformative experiences I've had and how it can impact them if they're thinking about sending their child to school or they're thinking about coming here themselves. Because King's really is a gem in the Diamond City. It's this incredible place that's right in our backyard that takes an education and makes it more than an education and just learning skills. It takes it and makes it learning skills that you're going to apply to life. Using the liberal arts curriculum at King's and all of the life lessons that I've gotten outside of simple facts and knowledge education is really going to help me take care of other people. It's going to help me as a physician to treat them as a person and as a patient and to take care of whatever they need, whether it's a medication or maybe just a conversation with a friendly face.
When I do marathon running, I find it just gives me that philosophy. It's like, as long as I have a goal that I'm trying to achieve, and that's to be able to get to the finish line, all I have to do is just keep my head up, stay positive, have the right attitude. You're tired, but just keep going. So there's a bigger goal that I'm trying to achieve, and all I have to do is just stay focused every day, no matter how hard it is, no matter how tired I get.